What's up, sitters? This is Tyler Ruff along with Joey Edge
Sitters, what's good?
and Chris Martinez,
What's happening?
and we are front porch sitting. Fellas, how we doing?
Lasers gets likes. Man, we're good. We're good. How are you?
I'm under the weather, to be honest with you.
You did tell us that earlier.
Flu game though. You're here.
Yeah, I'm
Pushing through it.
Pushing through.
What do we
MJ.
got? We got a sickness or we got some allergies?
It's sickness. I got a lot of ibuprofen in me right now. A lot of Tylenol, more than the bottle prescribed, but we're making it.
It's
Fight
just
through.
It's a recommendation,
Yeah.
suggestion.
It reminds me of what's that movie? I can't remember. Chris, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing well. I am doing very well. Happy back in the studio.
Yeah, man.
It's easier like this. Sorry.
So much easier.
Yeah, it's more challenging for you maybe, but so much easier
But
for me personally.
for us, it's immensely easier.
Yeah. I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. I'm ready to get going. I'm really ready to.
We do have a full show tonight.
We do.
We got the NFL draft tomorrow. Are we going to talk a little bit about the portal for the 40 Gators?
Probably
and
have to,
Seminoles?
yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So a lot to talk about.
Maybe a little NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs.
I was
kicking
thinking.
off.
I was thinking both.
Scheffler's the greatest golfer in the history of.
He's having a heck
mankind
of a
since
run
Tiger.
right now. It's really crazy.
Yeah, it is.
But yes, before we do
Yeah.
any of that, oh no, you're
No, I just well, if we're going to talk about it, I'll hold my thoughts.
yeah, save
Is that
it.
fair?
Yeah,
Yeah, I want to know.
I love
I am
that. I know
so-
where you're going with it.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Knowles
you
softball 12-3. Yeah.
Who'd they play?
I don't know.
It was a Mercy rule. Yeah, Travis, that was a good game, man. I'm glad you brought that up. Go Knowles.
Alrighty, but before we get to the show, let's talk about JW Weaponry. The reason why this show can and does exist. They are the premier gun store in the South. They are always loaded.
Always.
It's like they're constantly in their flu game. Like it's they're nothing but a game, mid-season form, peak performance, 24/7. What other way can you say that?
Like that. Just
The GOAT.
the GOAT.
The GOAT. They're the Michael Jordan of gun stores.
They are.
Wow.
They're the Tiger Woods of gun stores.
Talk to me.
The Joey Edge of
Don't do that to this.
high school baseball coaches.
Okay, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, you lost me there.
You're reaching a little.
You
You're
lost me
reaching.
there. We were there, we were
the
up here.
premier gun store in the
Yeah.
South.
There
They're
you go.
always loaded. Joey, if someone wanted to go by and speak to John, they could just drive by. But if they wanted to give him a call,
Yeah.
what phone number would they give him?
They would call 386-243-8587 is what they would call. And they would ask to speak to John Woodley directly.
I love that.
Yeah,
Don't
and
you
if,
love that you can speak directly to John?
One more thing.
yep.
John Woodley, happy 40th birthday, big dog.
Yes. Happy
Oh,
birthday.
happy day.
I
Birthday
texted-
shout out for Big John.
Is his birthday like 2 days?
Yeah.
Yeah, I texted him today and I didn't say happy birthday. Yeah, it's a fail, man. I don't know what else to say. It's
Sinners,
not-
we're looking for new sponsors.
yeah, it's
So
not
if you have
good.
any in mind.
In fairness to me, I did ask a very important, pressing question for him. Meant nothing to me. It does to me, but it doesn't really. It means a heck of a lot more. I said, "Are we feeling good? Or are we feeling bad?" John's on business right now, so I'll just leave it at that.
Standing on business?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, man, I'm excited. Let's get into the show tonight. Let's get into.
Where do you guys want to start? You want to start with college football?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, I love that.
All right, go ahead. I told y'all, a flu game.
I got it,
This
Joey.
is as good as they got.
We got you. You got us here. We'll bring it home.
That's right.
You said there was something notable at Florida. And I know you said you didn't want to spend a ton of time on it, but I want to pick your brain a little bit. Sitters, I like you to throw your questions in the chat. I'd like to get to it, what you think it means. But go ahead. I'll give you the floor.
So, Florida has had one guy since the end of spring declare for the portal. That's Manny Nunnery, which kind of by all accounts was going to happen regardless. So they've had one guy leave and one guy come in. And that's kind of – I think it's a good thing personally. I think the fact that they're not turning over the roster right now is probably a good thing. That means a lot of guys are buying in. A lot of guys believe in what's going on down there. I still think they need to address a couple of things. I think they're going to try to do that with the kid from USC, the interior offensive line.
Yep. Jason Zandamela
Yeah,
from Florida.
yeah, from Florida, went to USC.
Clearwater Academy, early enrolled.
Right.
Yeah.
Now back, he I think today and tomorrow maybe going to UCF, and then supposed to be scheduling an official with Florida over the weekend. So it would be nice to get that.
Yep. He was the top 100 kid out of high school. Really good.
Yeah. I know a lot of Florida fans really want a receiver. I'm not in the boat of we have to have one of those. I mean, if you can, obviously if you can collect an elite playmaker, you go do that.
Of course.
I don't think it's a pressing need like a lot of other of my fellow Gator fans.
So you're viewing it from like as you should, Gator fan perspective. You're a fan. Positive perspective is like culture's good.
Right.
Guys that are there want to be there. They're bought in. Coaches also want them there.
Right.
Like there's these things that happen. They're called exit interviews, and sometimes they can be a touch uncomfortable for the player. The coach is like, "Hey, look, man, it just really hasn't worked out. You've been here 3 years. You've already been passed. Might want to go find reps somewhere else."
Right.
Type of conversation. You get the picture. Read between the lines. So it sounds as if they really haven't had too much of those conversations.
Right. I mean, I know there was talk of not necessarily from the staff, I don't think, but like Marcus Burt, receiver, and then Andy Jean, a receiver.
Yeah, I'd heard.
There was talk.
We heard those rumblings.
Yeah, there was talk, but I mean, you're several weeks out now that you could be in. Maybe not several. Maybe it's only one, but
It's 1 week, but still,
but
it's
if
enough
you're,
time.
Yeah,
to be in.
if you weren't in there now,
Wouldn't think you'd be in.
why
later.
would you? Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a question here, Joey, and it's just an opposite viewpoint.
Okay.
We know tampering happens, so other colleges they're kicking the tires on players that are on rosters. It's happening. Excuse me. So I think there's two ways to look at it. I think you are probably partially correct, but I think there may also be a little bit of like they've probably locked up their elite like the high end talent.
Right.
DJ Lagway, the young kids, the LJ McCray, Trey Wilson. I wonder how many people are like beating down the doors and like working back channels to get to some of the other players to get them in the portal,
right?
To get them to take a visit. It may not be happening. It may be happening. Heck, I don't know. And then also like, I guess, and then this is the cool part. This is the part like as a fan we get to sit back and see and like observe and evaluate. They don't care about my evaluation, but
yes,
I expect if they're comfortable with the roster, then the product should look good. Like if we can't improve any area, any segment, any group, we're not actively going to try to do that. Then like you have to feel really good about the roster going into a full season.
I said this either last week or the week before, but I truly think there's a lot of quiet optimism inside the locker room.
Yeah,
I really do, and I think it's warranted. I think they've bought in. I feel pretty good about saying that. I think the players have bought into the staff and what they're trying to accomplish. Now, whether that continues when football's played on Saturdays, we'll see. But I think as of this moment, the players really like what's happening with the coaching staff, where they're at, what they're doing, what they're preaching, how they're making them go about their work, like all that. Again, I don't have like close sources, but I do talk to people who talk to people, and
you're plugged in. You're allowed to say that. We need that credibility on the podcast, so we need you to say that.
I like I said, I do have people that talk to people.
You have sources
that know.
You're well sourced on Florida football.
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah, come on.
Somewhat, but they're very confident down there. I'll say that. I know that.
Joey has me feeling excited.
I was gonna say like this is Gator fans should be happy right now. Like, this is kind of a
Gator fans aren't going to be happy for anything. But
well, they should be.
If
you're right, they should be.
I'm excited.
What I will say, make sure, sitters, that you guys like, subscribe. Tell a friend right now. That would be important. That would be kind of cool right now if you do that. Like, let someone know that we're in here actually hanging out on a Wednesday. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
But, like, what I would say, Joey, is I would say if they only lost one and only gained one, I would think that they're in the, like, bottom 1% of usage of the portal. Which
right now, yes,
with
1,000% yes.
And with the portal, there's no like I don't think there's a tried and true way right now. Like I don't think there's a foolproof way of how you're supposed to handle the portal. I think it varies from like roster to roster, coaching situation to coaching situation, stability to stability, need to need, like depth to depth, like all those things vary. So it's like a moving scale, of course, as a sliding scale. But I would. That would be interesting to see if they add more pieces, or if they're just absolutely perfectly content with like Georgia does it. Georgia adds like 2 elite playmakers because the roster is freaking stacked. Like they can't really improve what's in the portal. They can't. If they take something out of there, it's not really an improvement on what's on the roster.
Right, and what's on the roster is probably 2 years younger.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So they don't really work in the portal like that. I don't know. That is interesting. That is interesting to see how that kind of works out for Napier and company. that tactic because there are players out there, in my opinion, that can improve that roster.
Yeah, I'm sure there are, but
If they're not, I mean, maybe they did try to talk to him and there wasn't mutual interest or whatever. I mean, I don't know if that's to be true, but it sounds as if they're not really talking to them all that much. Tyler, where do you stand on that? I know you said flu game, but you got the Gator shirt on.
I think it's one of those things where they value the culture of the team right now more than a guy that might be 1 or 2 or 3% better than the next guy. I think they would rather say, I'm good with my guys. We'll go to war with this.
I was just about to say, I also think that they trust their evaluations too.
Yeah.
Of the younger guys. I really think that this staff, I think that they're very confident in what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I think that it's with good reason because I think what they're doing is good. Friday, I'll never have a problem with. Billy Napier on Saturdays, I need improvements. I need better on Saturdays. If he gets better at what he does, his jobs on Saturday, I really believe Florida could be a relevant program. I'm not going to say we're going to the playoffs or anything like that, but a relevant program that can compete week in and week out with the best of the best.
Yeah, that's the Clemson model. And like Travis Smith is in the chat. He's a big, huge Clemson fan. Clemson does that. Dabo Swinney doesn't use the portal.
Right.
He's one of the only ones that does that, but like they don't use the portal, and it hasn't worked out for them. It hasn't gone great for them. They could have improved the roster in certain ways, but he's very big on culture. He doesn't want to bring in a bad apple, and I think that's where Florida State has been like the best at like evaluations in the portal. Like,
yes, I agree with that.
Like going to find the guy that is maybe the 4 or 5, and in some cases 10, 12, 15% better than what's on the roster, and also this is the big part. Finding like the culture fit to where it works. Like they haven't really had one. They really haven't had a whole lot of misses out of like 30 or 40 transfers that they've had.
Right.
And definitely haven't had one that's been like a bad apple yet. It's bound to happen in time. But I've also heard Mike Norvell's pitch to a kid that's coming out of the portal. And so I think there's a reason why it's very blunt. It's very brutally honest. And it's pretty cut and dry. Like if you were like a prima donna type kid, like for example, I'll say the kid that went to Auburn, transferred from Penn State. He kind of left Penn State. Actually, was kind of dismissed from the team. Kind of has some like red flag type of thing. What I'll say, I think Florida State could have got that kid on campus for a visit had they wanted.
Right.
Didn't fit. It didn't fit. It wasn't a good fit for what they want.
Yeah.
Athletically, of course, but like he didn't fit the
culture.
The culture. Like he wasn't gonna be a good fit for like the family. So they did not pursue that, in my opinion. So it'll be interesting, Joey. It will be interesting to see how that plays out for Florida. And then, like you said, they're not done. Portal's not closed.
No, it's not closed.
They may add pieces here or there. At this point, they probably don't lose too many pieces.
I wouldn't think they're losing many.
At this point, you've already been gone.
Right. You would think. Unless they get poached.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody offers some more money. Mahoney said, is the, quote, better on Saturday mean less procedural penalties, 11 guys on special teams, and lining up right on defense? Yeah, all that.
Gotta do
I don't think the defense part necessarily on Napier. But, yeah, no. I mean, the special teams, like, okay, maybe you're not the special teams coordinator or game changer coordinator or whatever the crap you want to call what they do that they don't do anything.
It's so lame. What do you do for
But
Florida?
you have to oversee all that. Yeah, exactly. But you have to oversee all that. And if you're calling plays and you're not calling a great game and then you're not overseeing all that, that's a problem. Like you have to
That's what the money's for.
That's what the money's for. That's what you're paying. And they just got a raise on the assistant coaches. So
Yes, sir.
like I need to see improvements from all those things. Otherwise, I don't want any part of excuses anymore.
I agree.
Like I think the roster is good enough to compete. So now I need the coaches to be good enough to compete.
I mean, that's the beauty of college football. Is like we're fans, but we also get to find out. What Max will say?
Yeah.
I don't think we can read this
Oh, gosh.
on the pod.
Yeah,
But it's very funny. If you're in the podcast, you're missing out.
Yeah, if you're not in the live chat.
Maxwell may have dropped a top 5 live comment of all time.
Yep. But honestly, at this point, I will not co-sign. But yeah, that's a big need. We need to. But we're not. But I don't want that kid. Honestly, I really wouldn't. Florida State has not. I'm going to jinx them, and someone will get arrested tonight. Florida State has not had an arrest under Mike Norvell. Not a single arrest.
I didn't know that.
That's 4 years.
That's
Not
wild.
one.
Wild.
Now that's an outlier, of course. Like
It's not.
it's not.
It can't be.
It's not really gonna be
Can't
zero. I don't. How long will it stay zero?
It doesn't matter.
I mean, 2 guys got in a fight in the middle of the street and they didn't get arrested. 2
Okay,
football
but
players, and they
zero
were
for 4
they were
years
friends.
is-
They were
Zero for 4
friends.
years is
I
impressive.
agree. I'm very much so high on Mike Norvell's like ability to make sure the guys are right and you can't police them off the field. But
How many coaches would you take over Mike Norvell at Florida State right now?
right now, it's a very short list. Saban retired.
Saban's gone.
Would you take him back? Would you want him still? right
Would I
now?
go get him?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Honestly, probably not.
I wouldn't either.
Especially Mike signed for 8 years, 9 years.
I wouldn't just
Kirby.
because the way the game is right
Yes,
now.
the way the game is now.
Kirby.
He's the only one on my list.
For me, honestly, he's the only one on my list. Dan Lanning, but he hasn't done enough. I would take Mike Norvell over Dan Lanning.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel really. Listen, I was there Friday, and I've encountered him more this past year than I have ever had a chance to. But like, I am with that. We just had a meeting at Columbia High School. We were trying to structure our practice. We're trying to get things ready for the spring. I promise you, we're adopting a lot of the things that they do because it's just so efficient. It's just efficient. That's probably
Right.
the best word to say. It's just
Yeah.
very, very efficient, and it makes sense, and it is applicable to Fridays. And honestly, if you go to a practice like that, and it makes you be more accountable, you're like, okay, that guy makes $8 million or $10 million, and he coaches like that.
I make $35. I'm going to coach like that too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, true. Not a good analogy, but
No, it is. No, it is.
Well, no,
because
so, like-
because greatness wants to be great.
there was one
Period.
example of like a coach that was coaching off, and obviously there's periods, so they're transitioning to the next period. He was in the middle of a sentence and he was ready to go to the next like literally the next station, and instead of finishing his sentence, he turned and ran. I was like, okay, well, if that $1 million guy can turn and run and go do something else, then I'll start paying attention to the whistle.
Right.
Right. We can get to Florida State portal stuff if you want. What do you see?
Kui asked if we saw the On3 coaches ranking, so I googled it real quick.
We're going to get to that in a second. Hold on. Wait. Yeah, sorry. I'm going to get some other comments real quick.
Oh yeah, go get to him.
1, Matt Mahoney, when are you coming to Lake City? I need you. 2, Sherman said, go back up real quick just for one notch.
He said, go ahead.
Matt, I think it's that and the play calling and realizing when to make adjustments because the initial game plan isn't working. 100% agree.
Yep.
Matt said, I'll get on board with that thought. The problem is better on Saturday doesn't mean more wins with that schedule.
That's important. I agree with him.
I think I disagree.
Really?
I think I disagree because more wins is more than 5, right?
Was 5 last year?
Yeah. There's 6 winnable games on that schedule.
Oh, I agree with that part.
There's 6 that are winnable.
Yeah, but okay. Yes, I agree with you. You're being rational right now.
Right, but there's still 6 that are winnable. And then if you go get, the
So you're
the
big.
LSU at home, the Ole Miss at home,
You're big on the over right now.
I'm
You would
going
play
to be,
the
yes.
you allegedly
I will
would
be.
play the over.
Allegedly, I will be, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Did y'all see the On3 coaches rankings?
All right, number 1, Kirby Smart. Not a surprise.
Can they see this or no?
No. But
So they're still looking at me and you, or me and Chris?
I was looking at my screen.
so that they can see it.
Thank you. While he's doing that, I'll talk portal because it's very brief.
Yes.
I think Florida State will be active in the portal. I think they're probably going to go get a receiver, as we alluded to. I wouldn't be shocked if it's the kid from Georgia. Wouldn't be shocked if it's the kid from Oregon State, Silas. Neither of those would surprise me. Both would be really good additions, in my opinion. They have had one kid leave, Vandarius Jacobs, can't go to class, can't stay out of trouble, can't do the things that he's supposed to do.
There you go.
Absolutely, extremely comfortable with that. I think they'll address the defensive tackle room. Christian Miller just hit the portal from Georgia. Real big kid. 3 years of eligibility left. He's going to be expensive, though. He's going to be very expensive. So I don't know that they'll actually be able to make that happen. But he's a name to look for. I think they feel really good about the back end. Like if there's a backer out there, they may go do that.
Manny Nunnery's available.
No, we're good. Cool on that. Tight end, not great. Not going to get a quarterback. Not going to get a running back. They'll lose one out of the running back room, I think. Their deepest freak in there. Like,
Which one do you think?
it's not going to be. I think like the one you would think would be like Keziah Holmes, maybe, but I hope not. I really like his game.
Yeah.
He's like the third. He's like the third guy. I think probably, maybe fourth. I don't know. Like Roydell Williams from Alabama, Toa Philly, and then like Cam Davis, Keziah Holmes are very similar. It won't be Cam Davis. He's a true freshman.
Right.
He's a freak.
He's huge.
Yeah. He's a freak. He's an absolute freak. Like people will know his name earlier. Like within the first like 5 carries that he has,
Yeah.
they'll know like, oh, well, that's different.
Benton did kind of torch him in 7-on-7 though.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, he's playing linebacker.
Yeah. No, he was actually playing outside.
Oh yeah, that's not his game. And
No, at all.
707 is definitely not his game.
No.
Put pads on and let him be 250 and run behind somebody.
He was fun. He was
But
fun.
Ben
kid to be
torches
around.
a lot of people in 707. But I think tight end, receiver, offensive lineman, they want Zanamilla. I know that. And then D-line, they'll take one. They love the edge. The edge is good. Interior D-line, they probably have to add one. They will. So we'll see. It will be interesting, Joey. But we can get into the coaches now.
Yeah.
I'm good on that.
All right, we'll do this quickly because I think we've covered
Hey, Waylon.
this before.
Yeah, there's some good stuff.
No, Jake.
What did Jake say? Will Miami have a team?
On 831.
Right. Miami's a hater of Florida State in the portal. Like oh, Florida State can't develop their talent. Oh, there's portal guys. Go listen to some of the Florida State's guys at the NFL Combine on how they were developed at Florida State. It's a little bit enlightening that they are developed there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Miami has 15 of 22 starters for
From
their
the portal.
projected or will be portal guys. So kick rocks, Miami.
And they also will not be developed.
No, God no. I've got to find that. We'll talk about it. Go ahead. We're ready.
All right,
For real this time.
Kirby Smart.
Are they watching it?
Yeah. Is it? Does it look funky? Scissors? Let me hold on. That's not right. Hold on.
Oh boy.
It's all right. I'll fix it.
We know. You are the man.
You are like the best at this though. Do you want to do an ad read right now, Joey?
Yeah. While he's doing that.
I love Brown Sports. That was such a positive, like Florida segment there. I think he did a good job being very positive. I think it's true though. You mean that?
I do mean that. I do mean that.
You know who else is very positive and always does a good job?
Tell me.
Brown Sports.
Every single time.
Every single
The
time.
guy never misses.
He doesn't.
He never misses. Brian is as good as it gets as far as anything that you need where you're sporting goods, shirts, hats, company stuff. And now these days he can do that. I mean, literally whatever you need, he's going to be able to take care of it. Shoes, baseball pants. I went and got 2 pairs in the last 2 weeks because I'm fat and I need bigger pants because I'm fat.
Hey man, don't do that to yourself. You're great.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that.
Yep.
But yeah, I text him. I'm like, hey, you got these extra larges in white? And he's like, yep. I'm like, all right, I'll be there in 20. He's got them out ready for me on the counter. So, like, he's just that kind of guy. But yeah, if you need anything, give him a call, 755-0570. And he'll, like I said, he'll hook you up. Mention Front Porch City and get 10% off.
Yes. Also, there's some NFL draft talk in the chat. Please
Hold
stay because it's coming. We're coming with that. Chan. Where it's next. Like it's quite literally next. So get those hot takes ready. Chan is absolutely on fire. I'm going to read that one. I'm personally going to read that when we get to it. But I do want to look at the 10 coaches and figure out why it's so wrong.
Also, you can get Belmont uniforms at Brian Sports.
How about that? What are they called? Belmont Bears?
I think so.
The
I have no idea what they are.
Belmont Abbey? That's a book, I think.
I think that's-
Go Belmonts. I don't know what they
Yeah.
are. Go Belmonts.
All right, I'm gonna say this.
Yes,
Here we
please,
go.
God, please. Jeez, there you go.
All right. The first coach on the list is Kirby Smart of Georgia. That makes a lot of sense.
We'll all co-sign there, right? We agree?
Yep.
No.
Very quick.
Come on, Joey.
No.
Stop it. Get
I'm
real.
scrolling.
Yeah, get out there. M&M's, those things look good.
Brian Kelly, number 2.
This is Someone
this is
is
where the list
drunk.
goes wrong for me.
They're drunk.
I'm not going to look at any of the rest of this list because if you have Brian Kelly at 2,
I'm going to because it's what we're doing, but it's ridiculous. That's wrong. He's at like 9 or 10 probably.
20 or
It's
30.
quite comical. And then they've got Kalen DeBoer.
Sorry, Jake.
No
Boo.
shot.
Boo.
No shot.
You got to do it at Alabama first. He's never
Ryan
coached a day.
at 4.
I'm okay with him. He should be ahead of both the other two.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Sark should be ahead of the other two as well.
Stark should be
Yeah,
ahead of
Sark
the
should be a
two.
3. I'm cool with that.
Dabo should be ahead of the other one.
A 4. I'm fine with Dabo at 4.
I'm not.
Mike Norvell at 7 is criminally.
Dabo or Brian Kelly.
Oh, that puts
Let's
me down.
light the world on fire and see what happens.
Okay, Dabo or Kalen DeBoer.
Kellen DeBoer by a mile.
A mile?
A mile and a half.
Number 7, Mike Norvell.
Give me the unknown
Wrong.
versus the known.
Mike Norvell should not be 7.
No, I agree.
Is he?
Kyle-
Is he?
Give me
is he-
Kyle Whittingham over the other ones too.
Is he? Is Mike? He's Kyle Whittingham can freaking coach.
Yes, sir.
Is Norvell in your top 5?
Me?
I
Yes.
promise you, I would take him over every one of these coaches besides Kirby Smart.
I think I wholeheartedly
If I
agree.
could pick my head coach,
I agree.
First call would be
Yep.
Kirby Smart. Second call would be Mike Norvell.
Yeah, you better have 8 figures.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Kyle Whittingham.
He can freaking
Utah.
coach. He does so much. Say it
so
again. I'm
little.
sorry. I interrupted you.
No, I wasn't saying anything. You're
Oh.
good. You're good.
He does so much more with less. Like he does so much with less.
Lincoln Riley at 9.
He better have.
He should probably be higher.
Maybe, but he better have an elite
if he recruits.
quarterback.
Yes, if he recruits.
Yeah, it's a dumpster fire at USC.
Lane
Almost
really
as
is.
bad as Colorado.
10.
It's not as bad as Colorado.
No, Lane Kiffin at 10 is ridiculous too. Like Lanning should be ahead of him in my opinion.
Lanning should probably.
I don't know. I
Yes.
think they're similar because Lane's done it. Dan hasn't yet. But
What's Lane done that Dan hasn't?
nothing.
I'm about to say Lane hasn't done a damn thing.
Nothing.
Lane is just a really good troll on Twitter. I encourage you to follow him on social media.
I guess. That's
But
really
as
what I
far as
meant.
coaching on Saturday, please God no.
Yeah,
I don't want him anywhere near my freaking program.
I really don't either.
Give me Matt freaking Rule over Lane Kiffin.
Okay, I'm not.
I won't go that far, but that was just the next name. Dave Doran, 23. He is a really good coach. Drinkwitz at 25. He's there.
He's a nerd and a dweeb and everything.
Missouri but Missouri's freaking rolling.
Yeah.
I'm kind of joking about some of them names, but all right, let's get to these comments.
Ryan Day can't beat Michigan.
Yeah, he might not have a job. Trav, you're right.
That is accurate.
No, he couldn't beat Harbaugh. He probably can now.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's actually a pretty valid point.
Yeah, good job, man. You're on fire
game.
right now.
Flu game.
Flu game.
He's on fire.
Flu show.
God.
Don't do that anymore.
Okay, that was crazy.
What does Brian Kelly can do to continue to have his names on every top 10 list?
I don't know.
It's like
man.
a portion of my life is missing, where I was asleep when he was good.
I mean, he was okay at Notre
He
Dame.
was okay at Notre Dame when they didn't play anybody.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they would play 3 teams a year, and he would win one of those games, and they'd be 10-2.
Yeah.
And then he looks great,
Hey, really fast.
and his face gets really
Just
red
for
really
fun.
fast.
Can you look up, and while we'll vamp a little bit, but can you? My ad blocker won't let me look at this. It's 247 Sports updated post spring top 25. Like they talk about where, and we'll only look at Florida State, and Miami, and they talk about where they were pre spring, then after the spring, in the spring game, where they've been moved to. I want to do it mainly because Florida State went up and Miami went down. I have no idea where Florida went.
Is this only top 25?
Then we're not there.
Then they didn't do Florida.
Could be. Sorry, it wasn't on purpose. I wasn't. Well,
It's okay. I don't mind. We're better than Miami.
Florida might be in the top 25.
I don't think so.
No way. Not with our schedule.
All
I
right,
think
Florida
there's
State
no-
right there, number 11. Pre spring ball, they were 19 or 18.
18.
Since after the spring, they're up at 11. I think 11 is a little bit low, but I'm okay with it. I don't think they'll be as good as they were last year, so I'm okay with that.
Notre Dame's right ahead of them. That'll be an early
And,
decision.
yeah,
Find that
we
out.
get to play them in this season.
Penn State is ahead of y'all.
Whoa.
Mizzou.
Okay, getting crazy.
I like Missouri.
No, they're gonna be good.
Michigan.
Missouri brings back everyone from last year.
And they went
lost
got-
their entire offense.
Yeah, Michigan's ahead.
Yeah, I don't like Michigan being up there.
That's crazy. Ole Miss at 6 is probably.
That's relatively laughable.
That is
to me.
laughable. Bama, do they have a complete roster, Jake? I don't even know at this point.
Yeah, they're fine.
They'll be good. I'm just making a joke.
Who's number 1?
Ohio State over Georgia. Stop it.
The people are drunk.
Yep. Go to we find Miami. I think they're like
You got to scroll 14.
14. They were 12.
so they were 12. They dropped a couple. Hate that for them, man. I really hate that for them. All right, cool. That's all I want to say. I thought I was hoping. I was more impressed with Florida. I guess I didn't think about that.
I mean, you can keep scrolling if you want to. and
You
see
just
if
go
you
down
can
to the
find
bottom and see if they're there.
them.
Just
You can see if you can find them. Oklahoma 15, Clemson at 16, Kansas State at 17.
no, those are
Utah
old, right? Oh no, you're right. I'm sorry, Joey.
at
You're
18.
right. You're right.
Texas A&M at 19. I don't understand that one.
Like, they were 22 before. Now
20,
that they got
21,
better.
22. No, Florida's not there.
Who was 24? Was that Virginia Tech?
Yeah, Virginia Tech.
Come on,
24.
bro.
They were 23.
Louisville? Well, whatever.
Anyways,
Florida can make some noise. All right, cool. We'll go to the. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
It was a waste of everyone's time. We'll go to the mock drafts. Are we excited about that?
Clayton Steinreich said, hot take, spring games are the dumbest thing in sports.
Bingo. Florida State had a showcase. It was a literal practice.
Florida State's is really bad, I'm going to be honest.
It's a practice.
It's not even really a glorified practice either.
No, Mike Norvell does not want to waste that practice that they get
Yeah.
to do any other. They literally practice. You better go hang out and tailgate. That's what you better do.
Chad Hunter said, where's Mark Stoops? That's a really, truly valid question.
In the coaches thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, he should be up there.
Same with, can't believe I'm just going to say that out loud. Old buddy from Tennessee.
He was 17.
Okay. What's his name?
Heupel.
Thanks, Josh Heupel.
I about said Fulmer.
Philip Fulmer.
What are we in,
There's the
2006?
name. There's the name.
I didn't realize I went back to your high school days.
Take it back, baby. Oh, speaking of that, Reggie Bush got his Heisman back in
Oh, big time.
2005.
That's huge.
He should have. That was the dumbest thing ever to take
Really
it from
was.
him. Well, at least he got it back.
Really was.
Yep.
Yep. I agree.
Travis is right. Brian Kelly still gets the Notre Dame stuff because he was good there. He's like and everyone does what they do with Notre Dame. We know
It's
that.
the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, it's like a
So
weird.
strange.
It's a weird infatuation. All right, mock draft.
All right, mock draft. How do we want to do this? What format do you guys want to do?
I really don't know, but I'm fired up about this part.
I
Do we
lo-
want to talk
I-
about
listen,
like?
I love the NFL draft, so I'm ready.
Do we want to talk about where do we want to talk about first? Do we want to go like best players or who Florida has getting drafted, Florida State has getting drafted? That's twice that's happened, and that wasn't intentional. Or we can just look at the mock drafts and like intriguing picks, maybe. I don't
You
know.
just want to go through like Mel Kiper's,
Sure.
and then say yes or no.
Yeah, he's the
He's the guy. He's
Yeah.
the guy. All right. First overall, the Bears, Caleb Williams.
Did you see what the that's what's gonna happen. I'm cool with that. They wanted like an ex GM. You know they always do that. Anonymous was like the book on Caleb Williams he's just a little bit weird.
I mean,
he's not wrong, but I'm like, oh well, yeah, it makes sense.
I let's do this. Do we think that's going to work out for the Bears?
No, I do not.
I think it has to because there's so many pieces around him there.
I was going to say, okay, here's what's going to happen. They're going to be significantly better, and people are going to say it's because of Caleb Williams, but in reality, it's just because the Bears got better everywhere else.
Right. They're better on the O-line. They're pretty good at running back. They got Keenan Allen. They have DJ Moore.
Yeah.
They got better on offense.
I feel bad for my guy.
Justin Fields?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'll be fine whenever he's winning games in Pittsburgh.
At least 500. They will at least win 8 games.
Whether it's him or Russell Wilson, I don't know. But
There's a couple good comments in there.
there is, actually.
Cam Cooey, who is like a quarterback guru at Florida State, one more hot take. Virginia Tech's quarterback is top 3 in the ACC. He really is. He's extremely mobile and he's dangerous.
He is dangerous. I don't know if probably top 3 in the ACC.
Yeah, probably.
Just because there's not.
Somewhat down right now.
Yeah.
And a lot of unknown.
Really interesting one from Chandler Collins. He says that Caleb Williams breaks the Bears passing yards record in his rookie season. I don't know what the record is.
What is it? Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like elite Bears quarterbacks. and
Rex
I'm like,
Grossman.
He probably will because I can't think of a single Bears quarterback that was like any good whatsoever. Like going back to like Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler has
Ooh.
probably the most yards, but not for a rookie because he didn't. play
Yeah,
there as a
I don't
rookie,
think
but
this is rookie. I think he's talking.
He's
about
just saying like
Bears
like
passing yards record.
I don't think he does that as a rookie.
I would say Jay Cutler probably threw for 4,000,
Yeah, you
43,
think Caleb
40,
Williams does
42.
that?
I think he probably gets close to be totally honest.
Really?
I do.
Wow. Okay.
I think the Bears
They're
are going
so
to be
good. Yeah. Eric Kramer holds the Bears single season passing record.
We could have sat here
all
for a
know Eric
long
Kramer.
time. We could have sat here for a
We all-
long time,
You know, it was
and I
the
wouldn't
tip
have
of the
given you Eric
tongue.
Kramer.
Oh,
Tip
Eric
of the
Kramer
tongue.
reminds me
Oh,
of Seinfeld.
Really, really good quarterback.
Jay
Eric
Cutler never
Kramer.
threw for 4K with Chicago
Apparently
when he
not.
threw like Brandon Marshall had like 1,700 by himself one year.
That must be all he threw to.
He did. That dude would be Brandon Marshall locked.
Target queen.
He was especially good.
Yeah.
I'm looking up Jay Cutler's stats right now. Yards. Nope.
36, 60, 38, 12.
He was
38-12
close.
was the closest he
38-12. Whoa.
38, 38.
Wow,
was the-
Eric Kramer was crapping his pants.
All right.
So, Chan,
Let's move
guys,
on.
so long.
We spent a lot of time on pick one.
yeah, Chan, I think you're right. I think he breaks the record this year. I think he goes for over 38, 38.
I don't.
All right, Mel Kiper's got
We'll do
three
like a show
quarterbacks
wager
going
here?
Back to back to back.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
Yeah, we'll figure out like dinner or something. I'll cook for you if you're right. You cook for me.
Well, we are never going to remember that. Well, there's a good chance we cook for each other at some point over the next
Yeah.
6 months, anyways.
Fair enough. I'm saying no though.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely Caleb Williams number one. Right?
Yep. Yeah,
We're
he
not-
is. He's number one.
Okay, we're not going to be surprised by that.
Jaden Daniels.
Let's do this. So Kiper's got Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Drake May in order. Do we think that's the right order? I think we all agree those three are going to go in the top.
Yeah,
three.
I think they go, probably in that order.
I think Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and I don't think Drake May goes there.
You don't think the Patriots take Drake May? Who's the Patriots quarterback?
They'll either trade back and get someone else. They may still get Drake May later on.
Teams reach, man.
That's why I think they'll have so much trade bait with that pick, and I don't think that they like Drake May. And I got to be honest, I don't like Drake May either.
Do you like Jaden Daniels?
I do. I like Drake May.
More than Drake May. I think.
Oh, not me.
I think Drake May will be a bad version of Sam Bradford in the NFL.
Wasn't Sam Bradford already bad?
Precisely.
Alrighty then. Yeah. Oh,
I don't think he's gonna be very good. I don't think he's gonna be very good.
Do you think the Patriots take Marvin Harrison Jr. then?
No, I think they trade back.
You think they trade back?
Yeah. So Drake may end up going 3.
Who are they trading back to?
Give me. I don't know.
New York, Tennessee.
No, Tennessee drafted a quarterback in the first round last year.
Worked out well for him.
Yeah, not great. But yeah, I don't see Drake May being that guy in the NFL.
All right.
I could be completely wrong on this, but
Yeah, I disagree. I think he'll be okay.
and then I think the next pick is pretty obvious.
Marvin Harrison?
Marvin Harrison, I think, is the easy clear
First
cut.
skill guy off the board.
Yeah, I think he's the clear cut 4.
Yep, I'm comfortable with that too.
Malik Neighbors or Roman Adunze?
I personally like Adunze. I've seen Malik Neighbors get absolutely shut the freak down against Florida State.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, the mock draft I have has the Chargers taking Latham from Bama, the tackle, which I could see.
That would be a the Charger at 5. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yeah.
Nope. Yes.
Yeah, Chargers are at 5.
Yeah.
This is a projected trade.
Yeah, I actually could see that trade happening right there.
You want to say it for the sitters?
Sorry, trading with the Vikings.
To get McCarthy,
Yeah. I think McCarthy's the second best quarterback in the draft.
I cannot agree.
I didn't for a while, and then I actually watched him. That guy's actually pretty good, man.
This
I haven't.
is surprising to hear.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
shocking.
I don't want to say it. I promise I don't want to say
Never expected that.
it. Yeah.
Pick 6, the Giants.
Neighbors. I like it. Neighbors
Yeah.
or Adunze.
I would go Adunze, but
I think they're very similar.
yeah.
They're not similar. I think that you get similar results. I think Adunze is probably a better.
He's a bigger body guy,
I think
right?
he's a better technical receiver. I think Neighbors is the better playmaker.
Yeah, I think like what's a good comp for Neighbors? Like I think like a Jalen Waddle comp for Neighbors, similar size.
I can see that. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and I think a Dunze is more of a like I don't want to get crazy and say like DeAndre Hopkins, but like a bigger body, like very good ball skill.
Yeah.
I
I don't think he ever gets to that caliber of player.
Not okay, so not DeAndre Hopkins,
But that similar mold.
yeah,
I get what you're saying. I just don't think he becomes.
I almost said Anquan Bolden, but that's first of all, it's probably too old. But also, I can't do that to my guy, Anquan.
Dude, that dude was so good.
Yeah, he was so good. But I agree with that. Tennessee is next. My mock draft says they're going to take Joe Alt from Notre Dame.
I think everybody's mock draft has that. I've seen about 15 of them, and they all have that.
Yep.
So
The next one's kind of interesting.
Falcons?
Yep, Falcons. And here's why I think it's interesting. Because if they do not take Dallas Turner here, then I think Jared Verse could potentially be the first edge off the board. The reason Atlanta would take Dallas Turner is because they like to drop their ends more, and he does that better. So if they're looking for like an edge, then Dallas Turner's there. He fits their scheme really well. But I think like if for whatever reason something happens and they do not take an edge, then I think this is where it gets interesting for Jared Verse and Florida State. I think then he's the first edge off the board, in my opinion. Or the other kid from UCLA. His name is slipping my mind.
he's got a fun last name that I can't.
Yeah, I will
pronounce
not.
either.
I won't even try to do it. But
Yeah.
those are the other two premier first round edge guys. They will get bumped up ahead of Dallas Turner, by all accounts, if Dallas Turner does not go to Atlanta, which is the best fit for both parties.
This is some random dude on ESPN. What's his name? Matt Millers.
Yeah, Matt Miller's pretty good actually. I like Matt.
Yeah, he is good. I saw where he has that guy. What's his name? Byron Murphy.
Byron Murphy, yeah.
Has the best odds to be the first defensive player taken in the draft, like in Vegas.
That's what he's got right here.
He would be the first one right here.
Yeah.
So that would bode well for Florida State and Jared Verse, because then he would be bumped up.
That's pretty impressive. I've seen, bro, that's wild. I've seen Jared Verse go anywhere from 12 to 35. 35.
I can't imagine him getting to 35.
No, thank you.
The Bears are next here.
Wow, Matt Miller's got him taking a Dunze here.
I love it.
Good God, that'd be scary.
I love it.
I have a guy's name I can't pronounce. Offensive tackle from Penn State. That's him.
Let's go just to picks that we think might be fun.
All right, I'm cool with that.
I think Bowers right there at 10. I think it's a fun pick to the Jets.
So like mine says a Dunze to the Jets there,
Right.
but Bowers.
I think
would
both
be cool.
of those, I think both of those make sense, but Bowers to the Jets I think is super intriguing for next year. Now after that, when Aaron Rodgers isn't there, I don't know, but I think that's super intriguing.
What do the Raiders have? What do you guys have?
J.C. Latham as well.
Oh yeah,
What do you have over there?
Penix, Michael Penix Jr.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that too. That's why it's intriguing to me. Penix. I mean, I thought Deion Sanders kind of went off on a tangent today. Might need to figure out his roster and what's going on in Colorado. But he was very outspoken on Michael Penix. Have you not seen what's going on there?
What?
Oh, you're talking about what the Colts are doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, what I was saying that Deion like was very like y'all tell the truth about Michael Penix. He's not being talked about at all. Like, it was kind of bizarre.
Classic.
Well, I mean, he's 24, 25 years old. He doesn't have the greatest of arms.
He's had 2 ACL surgeries. He's had shoulder surgery, I think, twice on each arm.
Right.
Like,
I think he's a good football player.
absolutely, he was great at Washington, but like,
I think he's better than Bo Nix. I would take him over Bo Nix, but I'm not taking him over those other guys.
no, me either. Like
Like
so
not,
he's
not even
5?
Drake May, because Drake May at least has a lot of upside. He has he has a high ceiling.
He doesn't have the injury history either. Like
Right.
these guys are making projections on big time money.
Right.
It's weird. Deion, it's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Whatever.
What do you think about this?
I would be shocked.
I would be too, because I think their wide receiver room is pretty okay right now.
No, I wouldn't be shocked that they take wide receiver. I'd be shocked that they take that wide receiver. They have that wide receiver already. His name's Josh Downs.
Josh Downs. Yeah.
Like,
You don't want to say that name out loud so everyone
sorry,
knows.
Xavier Worthy from Texas.
Xavier Worthy from Texas.
He's a smaller body guy that's a speedster.
fast.
He's very fast.
Yeah.
He's a good football player. He's a really good receiver. He runs good routes. He catches the ball well. He goes and gets it.
You'll love what mine says.
What?
Mine says Brock Bowers. Here.
Listen, if it's Brock Bowers,
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Brock
I'll
Bowers.
rip my shirt off and run around my house.
Can we make sure that Michelle films that?
100%. She filmed me last year.
I remember you were
she did.
hugging the pillow.
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson. It was great.
I was saying some crazy things about the Colts owners.
Super Bowl champs.
But no, I've seen Brock Bowers there.
I would cry.
That'd be
All right.
great. I think that'd be a great pick.
Jaguars, Terry and Arnold. How do you feel about that pick? What do you have over there?
I have Seattle taking Terry and Arnold and Quinyon Mitchell, Jaguars.
either way, it seems like they're taking corner.
I like both.
Yeah, I do too.
Quinion Mitchell from Toledo is really, really, really good player. I like Terry Arnold too, though.
I do too. I like them both. I think they're both.
I'm cool with the
Good
Jags
football
one. I'm cool with the Jags one corner there.
Yep, same. This has Jared Verse 19 to the Rams.
I love that. 19. I got a stupid freaking trade.
What do you think about the Bengals picking a wide receiver there with all the stuff going on with T. Higgins?
What did they just do with T. Higgins?
He's requesting a trade. He's on a franchise tag.
They better go get a receiver then. I have the Bengals taking Byron Murphy way late.
Yeah.
So
If he's there, I would take him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can find another receiver somewhere.
He's a freak show.
Yeah.
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 What do we think about Amarius Mims? There's a mixed bag on him from Georgia.
I'm not well versed enough on my now at 24 to the Cowboys. If I'm them, I would take him. There.
Absolutely. At 24, I love it, but they have like a trade with the Commanders, taking him at 19. I don't know. He looks like he was created in like a lab.
Yeah, I agree.
But his production hasn't been great.
Right, I agreed with that too.
Whatever.
But size and ability, he looks the part for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Production, not so much.
It's not there. He hasn't been healthy enough.
My draft has the Packers going cornerback. I thought that was kind of interesting.
What do you have?
I've
Where
seen a few
are
of
the
those.
Broncos at? Have we passed them? We passed them, right? I think you passed
God, I
them.
hope that happens right there. That would make me so happy.
Oh God.
Dallas Turner.
Okay.
What do the comments say?
I think true. Clayton, correct me if I'm wrong, but are the Broncos, if they go edge, are they going to go Dallas Turner, or would they be more likely to go like Jared Verse or the other edge from
from
UCLA? I can't pronounce his name.
Chandler said Raiders want Daniels. I think a lot of teams want Daniels. I don't think Washington's moving out of that pick. I think they're set. I think it's a done deal.
Oh, we got Yaks in the chat.
Yeah. So Yaks, listen.
What happened now? I'm missing it. What's going on? What are you about to go in on?
Oh, hold on, wait. I'm big on Xavier Leggett in terms of receivers available a little later. Yeah, a little later than like the very beginning of the second round. No, thank you. Under 4.5 quarterbacks.
I did not know
225.
Mitchell's from Wilson. That's wild.
Yeah, I didn't know that too. Need one of you to have a mug of Roma Dunze in a Bills jersey. That's never happening. And I swear, listen, Yaks, because you're a Bills fan, if they take A.D. Mitchell, you looking at me? Are you listening? If they take A.D. Mitchell from
Why are
Texas,
you looking at me?
he is Gabe Davis 2.0.
A.D. Mitchell?
A.D. Mitchell. Dog water.
Damn.
Sorry to burst your bubble. I hate to tell you this. I hate it. I hate it for
happy
you.
about it, man.
But there's so many mocks that have A.D. Mitchell to the Bills at 27 or 28 or wherever they pick. It's not going to be a good pick. You're not going to like it. You're going to tell me how great he is for 2 years, and then you're going to be like, yeah, he's not very good after that.
Yeah, you're right, Trav. He did. He missed him or coached him. You're right. That's interesting, man. Mine has Bo Nix to the Broncos at 22.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, you hate Bo Nix. Clayton, realistically, because Clayton's ongoing joke is like future Bronco legend.
Right.
Who do you want the Broncos to take in that slot? And then Yaks, one more time, would you please tell us who you want the Bills to take in their slot?
Yeah, I agree.
I'd like to know. You guys are both like, we qualify them as like super fans.
Maxwell, if you can't get Jared Verse, who do you want the Saints to get?
Jared versus man, wouldn't that be great?
Jerry Verse, how about that? That's what I want him to take.
Is this going to be the year you finally choose an NFL team?
I don't know. I'm working on it.
Why don't you go with? Why don't you be a Falcons fan with your brother?
No.
Yeah.
Hey, you know who's not another good receiver? No. Then I can't argue with him. That's no fun.
Why don't you?
Oh, y'all
become a Colts
have
fan like your other
plenty to
brother?
argue about. You argue about anything.
Let's watch Anthony Richardson together. Could be fun.
Yeah, it's more fun to troll you than to be
Dude,
on
I
your
get
side, though.
trolled by all my friends so bad.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
it
man.
really is.
I don't troll you.
No, you don't. Thank you, Christopher. That's that strong.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier Worthy for me, Chan. And if we're being totally honest, it's probably Ladd McConkey. I think he's probably better than all of them, but want Brock
There's a
Bowers
lot of
first.
good comments in there. You want to read them? Read
Um,
Clayton's first.
Yeah. I've seen that trade back with Philly a lot. Clayton said, my ideal scenario is either Bowers at 12 and then make a move to get a second-round pick to take Bo. Maxwell said, I want Brock Bowers, if not Verse, for the Saints.
Bowers is a hot commodity
We
right
all
now.
want Bowers.
Yes. Tyler Yaxley for the Bills. Either trade up and get Neighbors or Odunze, or we get Brian Thomas Jr. I don't think Brian Thomas Jr. lasts that long. So you're gonna have to trade up to get one of all three of those. I don't think Thomas goes to 28 or 27 or whatever.
Travis makes a good comment. I'll read it, Joe, to give you a break.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on Bo Nix. Maybe I remember how bad he was at Auburn, but I just can't see him being a good NFL quarterback.
I agree with that. I just think that he's way too.
His development process is so far.
You want to talk about being
He's
old, too.
Yeah, he's old.
Yeah, he's
So you've
24.
seen what you've got with him for the most part.
Maybe he's not 24. Maybe he's only 23. But
NFL old, though.
right, I just don't think that. I'm not a huge Bo Nix guy because he doesn't throw with as much anticipation as I need in the NFL.
Who's older, Bo Nix or Lamar Jackson?
Lamar. Lamar's pretty old now. He's been in the league for like 4 years.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, he's 27.
Yeah. Are we looking at Bo Nix? 24.
24.
24.
Relatively. I mean, he's been 24 since February. It's 2 months. Sean Payton made Kerry Collins look good. I think he can do numbers with the Knicks. I don't know about that.
Don't put Yax's fandom in the same stratosphere as mine.
We aren't letting Diggs walk without having an idea. Maybe. I hope.
There's
See.
no, I'm with Yax in this. There's no way
They have a plan.
they have a plan.
If they trade up and get a Dunze, I really like that.
I do too.
If they trade up and get Neighbors, I really don't like that. But I'm on record. I don't like small receivers, like small catch radius
There's
that aren't.
a
that-
place for them.
they're-
Jamar
they're-
Chase is small.
How small is Jamar Chase?
I bet he's 5'10".
No way. No way.
Nope.
No, he's 6 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 foot. Okay, go look at Neighbors.
6 foot 201.
Neighbors? Really? So they are the same
He's
size.
the same guy. Yeah.
Oh no, I take Jamar Chase 100 times over Neighbors.
Well, yeah, obviously.
I have
I'm not in
never
the same boat
seen-
with you. I think Neighbors is going to be okay.
I have never seen them get. Maybe he's just a bad 2 games against Florida State. That's where I watched him. I didn't watch him outside of that, but he got absolutely handcuffed, put in a freaking phone booth against Florida State. So, Jan says you're high. You're off
Thanks,
by
Jan.
2 inches, man.
Thanks, Chan. That's really not that much.
That depends.
Saw that coming.
Yeah. He
Oh my God.
walked into it. You know.
All right, real quick.
Yes, sir.
Florida State guys in the draft that, like, do you have a specific place you would like to see any of them go?
No, drafted. That's what I want to see. Fabian Levitt, I saw got getting bumped up a little bit, 5th round grade. I think I think he has 2 children. Like, I really hope that works out for him. Jarian Jones is getting a good grade. Renardo Green. I think Akeem Dent may end up getting drafted. Florida State really, legitimately might have between 9 to 12 guys drafted. Braden Fisk, that's one I'm curious to see where he goes. Excuse me. I think he'll be where do you have him?
Fisk?
Yeah. 2nd, 3rd round?
If I were drafting, it would probably be a little higher because I think the upside's a lot.
I
think
agree.
the upside's high.
It's a high.
And I don't think the floor is low.
No, at all. It is not.
So I personally would, I would take him relatively early, but also I get to see him a lot.
Yeah.
I saw the havoc that he can wreak.
Yeah, he wasn't healthy for the majority of the year.
Right.
So, fresh off a shoulder injury, had turf toe, walked around the boot all year long, played through all of that. So, Chan said Benson to Dallas. I like it.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
For
I
him,
think
that would be fun.
I
This has Miami taking Braden Fisk at 55.
love that for him.
Yeah, I think it's good for him for sure.
Yeah, I love that for him.
Anybody else that you can think of?
Kalen DeLoach, I think he's gonna have to be it'll be the right fit.
Yeah.
He's a space linebacker. But no, man, Jordan Travis maybe no one's talking about him at all.
I think that's a good conversation piece.
Yeah, I agree. I think let's talk about it. You're like the quarterback guy, the resident quarterback guy. I would think.
Which team would take him?
Which team would?
And how late?
I think he goes.
UDFA.
No, I think he goes fourth round to a team that has an aging quarterback.
The Jets.
I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
Kirk Cousins?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my God! If you had,
He's not old enough to be considered an aging quarterback in today's world.
he's kind of old.
How old is he?
35.
That's not that old in today's quarterback world. He'll play another 5 years.
No way.
Oh, but that's fine. They're spending a
5?
fourth round pick.
He'll play at least another 3 years.
They're spending
Probably.
a fourth round pick on him, on Jordan Travis. That's not like you're doing that to groom him as the next possible guy, and you have time because you have your
How
starter.
many years do you keep a guy that's there that you sign in the fourth? I don't know the way
Some
to-
people
I
a
don't
lot.
either. I don't either.
Some people do it for a while
Yeah.
because it's easy. It's easy money. You trust them because they know the system. Like he's athletic enough. His arm's good enough.
And he's not gonna be a problem. Like he's gonna do what he's supposed to do.
100%.
Like, yeah.
Good locker room
What about
guy.
the Rams?
If Jordan, I'm
They got
I'm
Stetson Bennett.
What about the Rams?
They like Stetson Bennett. Dude obviously had issues last year, and
But my wife
they brought him
was-
back.
My wife like threw that in my face today. Stetson Bennett's back with the Rams. I was like, I don't care. Cool. I'm glad he got out of rehab. Like, all right. Like,
I like the Saints idea too.
so for Jordan Travis,
Yeah,
man, I almost said it.
I would rather Atlanta than for me. Like if I'm Jordan Travis, I would rather go to Atlanta than I
Well,
would
yeah.
to New Orleans.
with the weapons. Yeah.
Well, not just the weapons. New Orleans has good weapons, but like
They're okay.
let's be honest, Dennis Allen's not going to be there next year. So
Right.
What are we doing?
like that's no good. Derek Carr's not really a guy that I want to emulate my game after. Not that Kirk Cousins is some world beater, but he's better than Derek Carr.
You could learn a little bit.
Yeah, like Cousins is a good dude.
Fair.
Good locker room guy.
Where
So
does-
is Carr. Though. I'm not. That's not saying that Carr's not, but
Yeah.
I would rather have Cousins than Carr.
What about Keon Coleman and Johnny Wilson?
I don't care where Johnny Wilson goes. He can go wherever he wants to. Personally, me.
It won't work out for him.
I just don't think he's a very good football player.
I know you don't. That's why I asked.
Yeah. So for me, like I don't have a preference on where he goes. I wouldn't mind seeing Keon Coleman.
Pittsburgh, I've seen that a lot. I don't really know why.
I don't like that. I think it's a terrible fit, actually.
Really? I don't know.
I just don't. I don't. Not
They already have him kind of in Pickens.
and George Pickens. That's
Yeah.
why. Yeah, it's not that it's a terrible fit. It's just a terrible fit with what they have there right now. I don't like that.
My gosh, he's 6'4".
Oh
Yeah.
my God, he's a freak. He played on their basketball team.
Yeah.
He played
Personally,
for,
what I would like to
He played
see.
for Michigan State.
Bring him to
I want to
Indy.
see.
Bring him to Indy.
No, I want to see.
Coleman has first round buzz. That would be news to me.
I want to see either. I want to see Kansas City take either him or Lad McConkey. That's what I really want.
If you could take,
I've seen them training towards Lad.
yeah. If you could take either one, who would you take?
McConkey.
Nah, not me. I can't do it.
I think he's a more explosive player and he's a better skill. He's a better route runner. McConkey is.
He's good. He's a good player.
He's
I'm
really
not gonna hate on McConkey. He's a good player.
He's really, really good.
Yeah.
I think he's probably the most underrated player in this draft.
I won't. I can't do like the most because I'm not versed enough on all that. But he's tough as freak. I know that McConkey is.
He's
So
very-
is Keon. Keon
No,
is too.
I agree. I agree.
He would go like weeks and not practice and then go play.
Coleman to the Jags would be nice. That wouldn't bother me one bit.
Yeah, I would be cool with that. I think that could work actually.
I think that would be good.
Bills and Chiefs multiple. I would if I'm the Bills, I'd be a-okay taking Keon Coleman there.
Freaking right.
He's a mix.
And not having
he's a
to
mix
trade
be-
up?
Yeah, he's a mix
Yeah.
between Diggs and Gabe Davis. Like he can go get the deep ball, but he's Stephon Diggs as far as being able to run routes and catch the ball.
And I think Josh Allen throw him open too.
Yeah, 100%.
Like because all he needs is the ball in like the radius.
Right.
Catch radius, he's catching it.
Right. No, I actually like the Bills fit for
Right.
Keon.
Me too, actually. Yaks.
What about Pearsall for you, Tyler?
That was my next question.
Where do I think he should go?
Where would you like to see him?
Where's he
Where would I
slotted
like
right
to
now?
see him go?
Mid-second.
That's a good question. Mid-second?
Mhm.
That's a pretty good grade for him. Let me think about it.
You know where I'd love to see him go?
Where you tell me?
Indianapolis. Don't take a receiver round one. Take Pearsall round two.
Reunite with his
Unite
boy.
with AR.
So go get Bowers,
Bowers and
Pearsall.
Oh, if they got Bowers and Pearsall, I would be a Colts fan.
Would you really?
I swear I would.
You'd almost have to be.
I
And
would.
AR.
It.
And AR.
They would be,
started
it'd be
there.
way too much fun with
Yeah.
Michael Pittman, Josh
Oh,
Downs,
dude.
Ricky Pearsall,
Oh
Brock
my God.
Bowers,
Ooh.
Jonathan Taylor, the O-line.
That's a fun team. That's a fun football team.
Now they're gonna have to score 80.
But they have that ability.
They could.
Spend all the money on offense. That's cool. We'll have extra eyes on the game. We do some barn burners, but yeah.
Do it, Colts. There's
I would also wouldn't
Yak
mind
says that's Gabe Davis 2.0.
Coleman.
Yeah. I think he's more of a mix, honestly.
Yeah, I just he runs more routes. His route tree is much more defined than Gabe Davis has ever.
I think is he a better catcher of the football?
Than Davis?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's my
as
point.
is Tyler and
Why
you
you?
and
Why you?
me. And,
Oh, I got thrown in next. Sorry.
yeah,
Yeah, no.
Benton and
Well, Benton definitely
Wall.
is. No, Keon actually has like exceptional ball skills.
he does.
He's lacked the 40. Like, that's all it was. It was the 40. If he doesn't run a
I
4.6,
just don't care as much when I see the eyeball test in a game.
we are not having this conversation if he
If he
does
runs
not run a 4.6.
If he ran a 4.58
we're not having this conversation.
Not having this
There is no Keon slander
anywhere,
anywhere.
I've seen
because
the
film
game.
film
He
tells
was
you.
hurt. Like,
I've seen the game.
go watch the games before Pitt, where he's hurdling people and he's going on top of people's head like this with one hand, like, and then he
He
gets
was-
injured, and then he doesn't practice again for the rest of the year.
Literally doesn't practice anymore.
Now we can say that, right? We can say that now.
I think we
He
can say that.
literally didn't practice at all. After Pittsburgh.
Johnny didn't practice much either.
No, they didn't. I don't think people realize how banged up Florida State was.
No, they don't. They definitely don't.
I have no idea.
There was so many. Yeah, no, they don't.
Yeah.
Maxwell said, "I know Pearsall's draft day fit is going to be clean." That's as accurate as it gets.
Yep.
Ricky Pearsall is one of the coolest cats on the planet.
Dirty white boy, man.
Also, I would love to see him in Atlanta if that happens.
Oh my God, he'll be at Cheetahs every night. He don't need to go to Atlanta. They got good food there, allegedly.
Indiana would be a good place for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I either want
Yeah.
the Chargers, kind of, just because they have nobody else that they have to throw him the rock,
Yeah.
but they don't throw the rock very much, so it's kind of defeats the purpose a little bit.
Yeah.
But Chargers, Falcons, or
Oh God.
or Colts. That's the three that I want
And
Pearsall
these,
to go to.
I like Indiana now, just for your.
We're all Colts fans here.
Listen, I swear, if they go Brock Bowers 1 and then Ricky Pearsall in round
There's
2,
no way they do that. But
I
they might should think about it honestly. Strongly
I'd be a
consider
fan.
it.
I would be a fan.
I think they're pretty happy with Downs and Pittman.
You got to have more than 2 in today's world,
Especially if it's Pearsall.
especially if it's a
Maybe
guy that can
Pearsall
actually go
back
get
He
it.
bumps somebody down to he becomes
Sign
number
me
2.
up.
He becomes number 2.
I
And don't have Brock Bowers in there.
I'm here for. Oh my gosh. It'll only be fun for about 2.5 quarters until Anthony Richardson.
And there's no Gardner Minshew to bail you out.
You know what's funny
Touche.
is I almost said 2.5 games and I was like, that's way too much. He's not getting that.
Yeah.
No
far.
shot.
Quarters.
Absolutely no shot. Who's the backup quarterback with Indianapolis right now?
Couldn't tell you.
Jordan Travis.
I'd be.
And the fifth.
I'll be a Colt fan.
I would be so on board with
we
that.
would be right here watching.
Oh, I
watching
will
the
have.
Colts every
I'll
Sunday.
have a jersey. I'll have a
It's
jersey. Like, oh no,
It's a great fit.
It's a pretty good fit. Take him in 4th, 5th. Sign me up.
man, give me Ursay's number. Get that guy off the bottle.
First of all,
Get him off the bottle. Off the.
so let's talk about anything else. Josh McCardle, Josh's barbershop.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, because he's the man. He's right now what the Colts would be if they did all what we're telling them to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just pure greatness.
Yeah.
Like he's already at the top though, so he don't have to do all this. Yeah, go see Josh McCardle, man. I actually just gave his number to somebody, Dana Dumas, yesterday, yesterday.
He'll look better.
And he said he's like, dude, I've been hearing it for so long, I got to try him out. Done deal. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's go. So yeah, go see Josh, man. I need to see Josh actually.
Oh, me too.
ASAP.
It's bad. man.
Josh.
When this thing starts getting long like this,
Text
some
me.
grays start popping.
I need Josh to text me pretty quickly.
And,
I probably should text him, but I don't know. I didn't want to bother him. We're fixing to be in the playoffs again. It's that whole
You don't need to
conversation.
touch it. You can't
I think
do
I'm
it.
gonna do it before, so I don't have to worry about it during.
No, you can't do it. I've been hot right now, man.
You're right.
I've been hot
We'll
right
still
now.
talk. We'll
Don't
still
touch
talk,
it.
Josh.
You can hang
I'm
out with me
not.
when I get mine cut.
I will. That's what I'll do. I'm not messing with my hair. I'm gonna let her ride.
You cannot.
Yeah.
Can't.
I've done it the last 2 years.
What are you talking about? Like let it ride?
Podcast listeners are going to go up. We're not going to get any views on YouTube anymore. Joey's going to be looking ragged.
Joey looks ragged most days. but that's okay.
Downloads are downloads, baby.
That's right. Anyways, Josh McCardle, give him a text 386-247-1430. Text him. He'll get you the schedule, hook you up. It'll be the best cut of your life
Yep.
because of the experience too, not just because of the cut. It's a
Cosign.
total package.
Cosign that.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, you mentioned earlier about Scotty Scheffler, and you kind of said, and I want to know.
Is he going up against John Rahm every week?
Nope.
No, but
That matters
is he a
a little
better?
bit.
But is he a better golfer than John Rahm right now? The answer
I
is
wouldn't
yes.
know. I wouldn't know because they're not going up against each other. I
No, but
wouldn't know.
one's playing on the LIV
Is he
tour and
going
not
up
winning.
against Dustin Johnson right now? No. Is he
No,
going
but-
up against anybody that's on the LIV tour
But
right now?
but those guys aren't winning on the LIV tour.
I don't care. I don't care. You know that they're like some of the premier golfers in the world, and he's not having to go against those guys week in and week out.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
This is amateur, like truly amateur. Also, I played 9 holes the other day and shot a 54, which is really good for me.
That's pretty good.
No,
Haven't played in a long
for-
time.
No, for me that's really good. I
Yeah.
made like 3 pars. I'm like, what's happening?
That's solid.
You made 3 pars and shot a 54.
So no, listen.
Those other holes.
When it's good, it's good. It's bad, it's bad. No, it was either like par or double par.
Yeah,
It was. It's okay. It was fun. I went with my dad. It was awesome. It was great.
Me, it was there.
That's
I
all
saw
that
a
matters.
picture.
Yeah, it was cool. It was fun. But yeah, we found the water a couple times. We took some drops. Anyways, golf.
Yeah.
Scheffler, I think he's like really, really good. Obviously, he's a great ball striker. I love that his feet go all these different ways when he swings.
Yeah, it's
I
fun to
love
watch.
that. He's one of us until he hits the ball, and he's not one of us.
Right.
But my question to you is this, Joey: like, you don't the live guys. Let's talk about live guys for a moment. I get the feeling that they're kind of just going through the motions.
I do too. That's
Like,
why I don't care.
They're getting their check over there. Like
Yeah.
I truly feel that way. I feel like it's like an exhibition a little bit.
Yes.
Like, I'm getting paid.
They get paid regardless.
It doesn't matter how I finish or where I finish it.
Right.
And so like competitive greatness, like that, we have to make sure, like that. Where I don't even want to read the comment because it's gonna throw me off. I'll get to it in a minute, Travis. But like competitive greatness, like you want to compete all the time. Until you tell me that I've got 180 million guaranteed, and you don't care where I finish, and I only got to play 3 rounds.
Or way
like,
more than that.
I can wear shorts, yeah. But like,
I don't need to practice on Monday. I can hang out with my wife.
yeah,
my
I'm
kids.
gonna.
Tuesday, I might be able to do the same thing.
And they only play like once a month. So.
I may be hungover when I go play the LIV Tour. Like I don't really care.
And they only play for 3 days.
That's what I'm saying. 54 holes. So I don't think like I'm not trying to get into argument with you, but like to debunk
Right.
your point of like they're not winning in the LIV. I don't know that they really care.
No, they
about-
don't care. They don't care at all. And I agree with that.
If they were playing in the PGA tournament and they were dialed in, they were locked in, they were on that circuit and they had their pro card and all that good stuff, I do think it would be much more challenging for like Scheffler's beating great golfers, of course,
Right.
but he's not beating like week in and week out.
Just say John Rahm because the rest of those guys didn't really care about golf anyways.
Yeah, but so John Rahm, that's a big one. Like
It is a big one. It's a
He's
huge
not
one.
competing against him. But even then, like Koepka doesn't care about golf. But like
No, he doesn't.
In majors, when he's hot, he's hot.
Agreed.
It's been a minute, but I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
and Dustin Johnson was number 1 in the world for a while, and and there are still guys that can push him in
They can put together 4 rounds.
that's and
Yeah,
that
no,
at
I-
the end of the
and
day, and it's golf. Like that's all. When's the last time he's felt like real pressure from an elite? He's the one right now.
That's why the
that's-
Masters was boring.
Yeah, he is the one.
But those guys,
played. Some of those guys played.
all those guys played. Not
But
some.
they're not.
Every
It's
one of them.
just different. It's just
Yeah, they played in the
different.
Masters. You're right.
Right.
But like,
Yeah.
he's the one that's like making dudes crumble right now
100%.
because they cannot handle the pressure. Like they're not
Right.
really, they're not there in their stage of their career.
Right. And I understand what both of you were saying. I just think that Scotty Scheffler's playing the level of golf right now that hasn't been seen since Tiger. Like the
dominance?
consistency, the
Yeah,
dominance,
I'm good with that.
week in, week out, every course, doesn't matter. If Scotty Scheffler's playing, you know he's going to be at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah. No, I mean,
And I don't care who's playing.
And
I
you're
don't.
stupid.
I don't.
And we were dumb right here on this podcast. We didn't pick him in
'Cause
our.
it's too easy. We picked me and Shane Pope. We do a one and done. We picked him to win, and we went back and forth for a few minutes, and we were like, dude, we literally saved Scotty Scheffler for the Masters because it's a big purse. Why wouldn't we play him? And so after we said that, it was like, all right, done. put him in, and it was like the easiest.
You didn't even sweat.
It was no sweat because he, like I said, he's just playing at a level of golf that hasn't been seen since. I'm not gonna say peak Tiger because peak Tiger was a whole different world.
Guys have had runs. Like John Rahm had a nice run.
Right.
Dustin Johnson had a nice run. Jordan Spieth had a nice run. But they haven't sustained those. So I would like to see Scotty sustain this over another year, and then we would talk Tiger level. Because I think
It's still
Jordan's,
not Tiger level.
No,
He's got 8 more years
No,
to get
not
to
like
Tiger
Tiger
level.
level, but like say that it's not been seen since
Since that time.
Like to me, he's doing the same thing that Jordan Spieth did in like what was it like 2010, 2011 when he won like 3 majors in a row.
Yeah, but we're 3 years of this now. Of Scotty.
Yeah.
I mean, he was doing this before those guys went to the Live Tour. It ain't like this is new. It ain't like he just started
I
winning
agree.
tournaments last year.
I agree, but I think it's become easier.
Oh, it's definitely easier. I mean, it's easier.
But that's not necessarily fair to him. Like
It's not.
He didn't make those guys go to live. He's competing against what's in front of him right
and
now.
he should go to the Live himself. But
Yeah, he should.
I don't know what they're offering him, but I'm sure it's a lot.
Well, I bet it's gone up.
Do you think that there was any legitimacy to the Rory 800 million number?
Probably.
I wouldn't think so. But does Rory draw that many people?
In his country,
It's his
absolutely.
name. Yeah, it's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the name.
Do you enjoy watching Rory play golf?
When he's good, yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
But he's.
I just know
super
on Sunday if it's close, I don't feel like he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna
close out.
finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've had almost 4 days now of crazy coverage.
That's true. Yeah.
But I haven't watched the first live event.
I just think
It's
I-
too
I-
comical. It's too
golf
amateur
is just
hour.
really
Like I'm not
funny.
watching that.
Pat Perez made like a 60-foot putt.
Yeah, it was cool. People threw beer on the.
People throw the beer. I mean, there's
That was-
music in the background. It's
That's-
so much to me.
I don't like it.
I don't like
despise
it either.
That's not golf to me.
No.
Like if I
want
want to watch that, there's other sports that
I can go to
accommodate that. Yeah.
Any golf
I don't
course on
wanna
any
see-
random day and see that. I don't need to see.
Yeah, I don't like
And
that.
Pat Perez is
He's Pat Perez.
kind of like
He's kind of.
any random golf course guy, anyways. So I don't know.
I'm with you. I don't like to live. I love that they're getting their money. Like it's cool.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't have a
it's-
problem with them
I
getting
was
their
as
money at all.
dialed into golf.
Travis
as
says
I'd
it
ever
best
been.
right there.
It's anti-golf.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
It's-
I was
it's
as
the
dialed into
opposite.
golf as I'd ever been right up until the live split.
Yep.
And then once that happened, it was just like, man, I just don't care anymore.
What do they do to fix it? Is there anything? Is it fixable?
Live has to die. Like
Liv has
they,
to
they,
die.
the checks have to
Live has to
bounce.
die. Yeah.
But
the
is
checks
that,
have to
but is that
bounce.
happening?
No. Well, I think it will if, like, nobody watches the
They're not making money.
They haven't made money in 2 years, so it's
Yeah, but like at some point, if I'm an investor, like I'm not just spending all this money to be an a-hole to the PGA. Like I'm personally, I'm
That's my
out.
thing, too.
Like I'm out.
Yeah, I think they've.
It's not working anymore.
Right.
Like I'm
I
cool.
think,
It was
I think
fun.
for them, pulling John Rahm was like the last hurrah. Like, all right, if it doesn't work when we pull John Rahm, if we can't get people to watch with John Rahm on tour, then this just isn't going to work.
Yeah,
And
because
I
they have
think
like
they're starting
5 or
to see
6 golfers. Well, there's more than that, but like
John Rahm's such a good guy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you can look at John Rahm and tell he's a good guy, but like he doesn't fit that mold either. Like you don't
doesn't.
look at him
Took
and say
the money.
he's a good guy.
I bet if you asked him right now, he'd regret it. He regrets it.
not me.
No shot.
Hell no.
No shot.
No way.
The golf.
He may regret
He
the
may-
golf part of it. Yeah,
yes,
he
yes,
probably
that's what I'm
hates
saying.
that aspect of
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's like, oh, 300
it.
million.
Wish I wouldn't have taken this 300
And then he
million.
gets,
Yeah,
then
I
he
bet
gets in
don't
that
say
car. Then he gets in his freaking whatever he has that he rides around and flies around in, and is like, yeah, my kids will love me for this.
Right.
Right.
Travis said
I'll
you're going
go.
to quit buying gas. Nope. So they're going to keep having money. But I'm not just going to waste my money though.
Yeah,
I'm
at some
them.
point, it doesn't become fun
there has to
anymore.
be a reason. They're not just doing it for fun.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't know what that.
But
reason is at this
and
point.
it can't be fun unless they're washing money. I don't know.
I don't know.
Liv needs Big John. John Daly. They do. They'll get some ice. Shotgun beers before every hole. Like that's.
He is the epitome of a live tour guy.
So is Pat Perez.
They need to be paired together.
No, they don't.
And mic'd
They
up.
Of
would-
course, would
finish
implode.
around.
Can they be mic'd up?
Yes.
I would love that.
I think the problem with Liv is they tried to be too similar to the PGA Tour. I think if you wanted to do something different, you needed to be like radically different, and I don't think they did that. I don't think they had the nads to do that.
I feel like they are radically different.
Me too.
they're not.
I'm with Joel.
they're not.
A 54-hole shotgun start every day.
That's the only difference is it's 54 holes.
They wear
basically,
shorts.
And like
There's music
okay,
playing on every
shorts
shot.
Is not,
It's
shorts
like a
is not
7-on-7 flag
radical-
or a 7-on-7 football
Yes.
tournament.
Shorts is not a radical change. The biggest change is it's 54 holes and it's a more relaxed environment. That's the biggest difference. That's not.
What
You're,
would you-
you're
what else would you
underselling
want?
the environment.
They have
a
a
little
they have a
bit.
whole team aspect
I
of it.
guess.
It was
Yeah,
just,
but nobody
which
cares
is
about the team
garbage.
aspect, do they?
They no, they do. They love it.
People love it.
Not people. The players love it because they still make money when they don't have to play good and they can still make money.
They don't have to play at all and they'll still make money.
Right, but they make more.
I don't know. I just think the whole
I
idea
don't,
is
what
dumb.
what I think it's hideously dumb,
I
but
just
I'm
think it's
trying to
stupid.
figure out what else could be drastically different between the PGA Tour and Live.
I think they should have done something that was more
Like
like
putt-putt?
No, something. And this is going to sound stupid, but I don't really care. I think they should have done something more like skill based, almost like 1v1 type of stuff, than just like
Like just a
normal
lot of match play.
Yeah, I think they should have done something like that.
I love match play, so I would be okay with that.
I think a
I
lot. of
wouldn't
people,
watch it still.
I
but-
think it would give you something different to watch instead of just like, all right, these guys are playing golf. I think that could have been something they could have.
Travis nailing it right now, in
Yeah,
my
I agree.
opinion.
Pro scramble tour. If we have teams, make it a team sport, not groups of individuals. I agree, and they don't even play together, so it's not like the team.
Right,
plays
they have
in the
no
same
idea. They
hole.
don't. Yeah, I agree.
Like they knew who their teammates are, but they don't like they're not playing with their teammates.
It's not like the Ryder Cup.
No, yeah.
No,
Like,
it's not the right.
Make make it like the Ryder Cup, like where it's like we're following you. I finished. I've already won my match play, and now I'm watching you on 16, 17, 18 with a one whole lead. Like they're drinking their me too, and they're drinking their freaking Michelob Ultra on golf carts. It's like the best thing. They're one of
The
us.
Ryder Cup is my favorite.
Are we done talking about golf?
Yeah, I am.
Are we done in general?
We are.
Yes, 10-15.
All right, that's going to be it for tonight, sitters. This has been Tyler Off along with Joey Edge and Chris Martinez, and we are Front Porch Sitting, and we are the official podcast of the Indianapolis Colts. Have a good one.
Yeah, we are. Heck yeah.
Have a good one, sitters.